Welcome to the Company Value Investor channel. In this video, I am going to show you how I do the analysis to invest on a company so I can purchase or sell the stock. The first thing I do is I go to the website Company Value Investor. It is my website. I created the program. It's very easy to use. I will walk you through step by step on how I analyze a company. Now, one thing I want to make very clear is that this is the way that I do my analysis. This is the way that I do my trades. I am not advising you on how to do your own. You have your own strategy. All I'm doing is providing a different point of view and hopes that it can help you in your journey when it comes to investing. The first thing I do is I click on the analysis section or up here, analysis. And once I click on it, it'll take me directly to the program. Now, all the information in the program is free to use. There is no type of fee or anything. It's all free. Uh, the reason why I want to share with you is so that maybe you can get an idea of how you want to do it, or it can help you in some way or another. That's the whole point. Now the program, the investment guide program, has over 45, it has 49 different companies that I've analyzed. I've personally analyzed these companies, and these companies have value. So I keep it to a minimum of no more than 50, because having more than 50 is more of a burdensome. And as long as I have enough to make different adjustments, for me, it's easier. I have at least several companies from each different sector. Let's go to the emerge energy sector here. Click on it, and it'll take me directly to all the companies that are related to that sector. Now I have a choice to either select a company through the name or the ticker. If I know the ticker, then I just select on the ticker. If I know the name, or just selecting the name. In this case, let me show you how I would analyze ExxonMobil Corporation. So the ticker symbol is XMO, and as soon as I click it, it gives me all that information. Okay. Now the format for the investment guide program is very easy. Okay. It has the price, the consider buying at. This is the amount that the program is telling me to consider buying this stock. Although it's at $58, the program is telling me consider buying it at $28. And there's a reason behind all this. It also has all the most important information, such as beta, earnings per share, PE ratio, price to book, book value per share, everything that's important in order to make a good decision. The indicators here, we have the RSI, stochastic, Williams R, stop and reverse, MACD, Elder Ray, Bollinger Bands, Ichimoku clouds. They are all great indicators, and they all tell you different things relating to basically the same thing. They all tell you the same thing in different ways, basically. I like to use all of these indicators, not because they're popular, because they really do help me make the best decision when it comes to buying and selling the stock. Let me do a comparison to most of the other platforms and programs that you'll use regarding your analysis for a stock or a company. So let's go to Yahoo Finance, very popular program, platform. It's free, it's very good. Let's put in the ticker symbol of XOM for ExxonMobil. And here's the information that they provide. Same price. The beta is 138. Well, I'm not going to go through every single item because of time purposes. So this information that I have here on my program, it's current, it's live, it's up to date. Some information on some platforms may be delayed by months, quarters, or days, but for the most part, they're pretty good. Now, if you were to look at all these indicators that I have here in a regular platform, it would look like this. You would have all these indicators. You can pause the video. You can go on the website and play with it so you can see how accurate both of them are. Okay. So with that being said, look at the mess. I mean, someone who knows investing and charts, don't get me wrong, they'll figure this out in a couple of minutes. But this is faster. This is much faster and more convenient for me. If I was to click on another company, boom, let's try the Continental Resources. Within less than a minute, I get all the information. What the program does is goes back, gets all that updated information for that specific company, and then it puts it out there. Sometimes it takes a little bit, but there we go. So for Continental 2814, let's go back over here. I would have to go back, put the ticker symbol, and again, if I wanted all the indicators and all that information, I would go to the actual charts, and here we go. Okay, I just wanted to give you a different look so that you understand how much information we have here and how powerful it is. Okay, with that being said, let's go over some of the other things that you can use in the investment guide program. You can use the individual stock indicators. Here I only have one indicator, the MACD, but it's on both weekly and daily basis. If you click the section here, it'll take you directly to the program itself. Okay, so if you click it, it'll take you directly, and you can search the weekly MACD and the daily MACD. Let's go back to the sector, the energy sector that we were working on. Click on it, ExxonMobil. And here you see the weekly MACD. The MACD, I set it up a little different because this is the way that it's easier for me. And basically tells me, again, red to exit the tray and green to enter. For example, if on September 11th, the MACD actually started to go down, meaning it basically it triggered an exit rate, told me to exit, and then as the weeks went by, on the 11th of the 2020, it triggered an entry sign and told me to basically buy, to enter the trade. So if I was to buy the stock on November the 13th, the price would have been $36.08, right? And let's just say I held it for a few weeks. Because the MACD, the weekly MACD, told me to hold it, you know, if I still had it, I would have gone from $36 to $54. So as long as the entry stays open, meaning, as long as it stays open like this, I would be making money. I can also use the daily MACD. Okay, same thing. I do have to go back and check the company, and it basically tells me the same thing, but this is on a daily basis. I'd rather work on the weekly basis because the weekly is more of an accurate measurement than the daily. The daily can have quick up and downs. So again, the way that I use it here is easier than the actual chart. This system, my system, tells me when to enter and when to exit. It also has a lot of important information that I use to analyze a company. So based on this information, I decide if I'm going to buy it. Again, I would not buy it until it goes back to $28. In the near future, I plan to add other indicators by themselves so that we can go into more detail. But right now, the MACD on a weekly and daily basis is good for me at least. There is one more thing that I want to show you. It's the financial. There's two things. Let's go over to the financial statements, and this program is all in one. It has everything that I need to literally and analyze the company's financial statements to the stock. That's why I really like it. That's why I created it this way, because it helps me make a decision and it has all the important information that I need to make the best decision so that I can purchase the individual stock. Okay, let's go back to, let's stick to the same one, the energy, the ExxonMobil. Okay, here again we have the basic information. Here we have the current quarterly statements. So basically, if you do analysis on a company, you're going to need three different statements: the income statement, balance sheet, and the cash flow statements. And these statements tell you everything about a company. All this information here comes from these statements. This is very valuable information. It basically tells me how the company is doing. Now, if you go down here under, you can either go click here to get all of the report itself, and I think it's easier. But there's different ways of getting to the same place. You get the quarterly information and you get the yearly information. So let's go back to the energy, ExxonMobil. Again, it's giving me the most current years, the most current information that the companies have for the years. Now, when I analyze a company, the highlighted black sections are the ones that I really focus on. Everything's important here, but the ones that are highlighted in black and white are more important to me. It basically tells me where the company is getting its money, if it's profitable, and how it's spending its money. And that's important because that gives me this information here on the left, and that allows me to make a decision of whether to buy the stock or not. Like I said earlier, all these companies have been analyzed, and as far as I'm concerned, these are very good companies with good value. I use them all the time. There's no need for me to go out beyond these 50. Once it loses value, then I take it out and replace it with another company. The last thing I want to show you is the investment blog. This is the log where I put information for whatever I want to discuss. It's a good blog. It basically gives you little nuggets of good information that you can use if you're interested. Click it, read it, and leave a post or question, whatever whatever you have or whatever concerns. But it's a lot of good information. It's in both English and English and in Spanish. So hopefully you guys take advantage of it. Again, it's the Company Value Investor, the Investment Guide program. It's a very good program. It's very different. I have not seen anything close to my program because I'll be honest, I think the way that I set it up is easier for, at least for me, to analyze a company, decide if the stock is good for me, and it has a lot of good information. Again, the information is free, the program is free. Go use it, play with it. I'm not giving you any advice, but this is the way that I do it. In the near future, I'll create more videos where I discuss and go into details of certain things that I do and I look at. That way, it all makes sense to you. If you have any questions, please don't hesitate to put them in the comments. And if you like the video and you want more videos, subscribe, tap the bell, and share the information with anybody who you think might benefit from it. Again, take care and be safe.